What up, fam? This is Vic from Cutz Premium Lawn Care here in Conyers, Georgia. Hope you guys are cutting on. So today, what I wanted to do is show you our, I guess, our orientation for new workers and the guys who are coming back each year. This year, what I did was I established a presentation, and I was able to develop this on what is called Google Docs. So basically your PowerPoint presentation, and what I did was I put all my rituals and routines in it and all some of my policies and procedures for Quick Cutz Premium Lawn Care. I am going to share that with you guys. So if you see anything you like, hey, I'm like copy paste. They say in education, when someone take your work and duplicate it, that's flattery. So basically, I have a mission statement, and I'm not gonna actually go over each slide because this is over an hour and something long if I was able to read it all. So right here, you see I have a mission statement. I think you should definitely develop your mission statement. I have what the guys are being paid to do, what type of work procedures I have. Like, for example, what we do is basic lawn maintenance, basic landscaping, basic cleanups, okay? So they will know that. Also, I tell them how they clock in. I told you before, guys, I use an app called Homebase, which is really cool. You should look it up. It's free. I tell them how to send text to us in Homebase. The reason for that is because when they start texting you on your personal phone number and you can't keep up with that stuff, it has to be in a place where it's for a purpose. And if they put it in Homebase, it's always about their hours. And I like that. Not sending me a text telling me you're not gonna come to work next week. No, put it in this thing that I developed called Homebase. It's really good. All right, so you also see how they can actually get time off in this app. Is really great. I go over what time you're supposed to be at the job, which is important. Whether or not you're on time or not. I go over the proper uniform, and believe it or not, sometimes they don't understand what the proper uniform is. I give them an idea of that, and I let them know I don't want you coming to my job looking like you just rolled out of a cardboard box. If anything, you should have a quick cut vest on so you can be identified. And believe it or not, we had a situation one time where the police was looking for somebody, and they came upon our crew, and pretty much, man, we was in uniform, so they kept chirking. All right, so in this presentation, I have positions and job duties. So each job duty is described what they're supposed to do, okay? And I have about good 5 job duties. Like I said, pause the video if you want to see what it's all about. I told you about last time I had open and closing procedures. That's what I do in my orientation. I talk to them about it, with the responsibility, closing at the properties, and also closing at HQ. Believe it or not, guys, I actually have a quiz it's called every door to poll anywhere. Like, you click on this poll and it will allow you to ask them questions, and they'll submit the answers to the question via text message. I'll show you that one day, but that's only if y'all trying to really grow your business. If you are trying to grow your business, even if it's just solo, this is one of the first steps you should take, man. The stuff in writing really helps you when you're dealing with your guys who work for you. All right, so I have a system where it's called primary and secondary, and this system is identified by red. And the reason why this person is in red is because he's a beginner. I give them the ideas of how they supposed to use that stick edger, where they start, where they finish. Also, when you have the curve and the sidewalk, I gave them a diagram where to start, where to finish. I am trying to do the thinking for them. So by the time they get out there, they don't have to think. Because sometimes it slows them down. But if you tell them exactly what you want done, they can do it. They can pick that up versus trying to critical think for themselves. Now, you always know that that wheel on that edger, some people don't have the wheel, but the wheel should be on the concrete. All right, I have what is called a secondary, primary and secondary weed eater. In this case, I tell them how I want the primary to go around the building or the property, and the secondary person going away from the building and come back around. It's just because, once again, that primary person is not skilled. He's not skilled as well as the secondary. So I had a little video put in right here, but we're not going to watch it. But you are able to do that in, like I said, the Google Docs. All right, so my Google Docs or my Google Slides is what this is again. So I also got a one where, what they got to do when it comes to a fence. Take a look at that. I also had a whiteboard where I'll put a diagram up and ask them to trace it out for me. I know I'm just getting deep. So I even have a guide for a mower, where my zone's at. So if you see phase 1 is basically them cutting it out. Phase 2 is basically how they cut the yards in different zones. Notice zone 3 is the last zone that's supposed to be cut. The reason for this is so the guys who are finished weed eating, they can go ahead and blow off the pavements in the front. I always want to leave them something to do. I even have a diagram or how I want them to cut wet grass. I have 2 methods. You can slow it down and see my methods if you like. Just trying to make sure this video is not super long. I also did a diagram for them as well on how to trace out or cut out a property. All right, when it comes to blowing and hedging, I have a diagram for that as well. So in this case, I have, once again, primary, secondary blower. Believe it or not, people do not know how to blow off pavement. The way you blow off pavement, you let the guy who's just learning blow off the pavement, because they can see that all day. The person who has been here for a little while, that's the secondary blower, they are the ones who look in the yard for the grass clipping, the clumps in it, and they'll blow off the back patio and they'll come back to the front. You'll see that we got a lot of dings for not blowing off the back patio, believe it or not. All right, I got a method of doing my hedges. Basically, I just said to them, once you do the hedges, blow the clippings in the side yard so you can mulch it. I have what is called hot spots and cold spots. This is basically just letting the guys know that, hey, our clients 9 times out of 10, they are going to see these areas. So these areas need to be hot dogged, meaning that done and prepared to their liking, how they like their hot dog. Cold areas is not a place that typically a customer going to go to. They ain't going to walk their yard, to see if you've done something. But if they see something in the hot spot, they will walk their yard. I'll let them know about the reasons why we get called back. Number one reason, not number one, but the fearful reason is blocking them gates. Y'all know last year, one of my clients' dog got shot, and I had to pay for it $2,000. And, it's not just the money, it's the fact that they lost their dog. So we got a problem with gates, man. We need to work on it. Also, cutting the property line right. Know where the property line is. If you don't know, really call in. Let us figure this out with you. At this point, this client yard was cut wrong, and she didn't like it. Number one reason why we get callbacks, not blowing off the back patio. Let the guys know that, let them know some of your issues that you're having to help your business stay in good blessings with your clients. I tell them how you need to drive my trucks. I let them know, hey, 65, man, right lane. This is not end. You got a whole bunch of stuff on this truck. I tell them, hey, don't make sure that this truck is closed. Don't be going in the gas station and thinking no one want to have a rummage sale through our truck because you ain't paying attention. I'll tell you how to park the truck. Truck back door need to be facing the building. I also go over the brakes. You know, I've learned when it comes to brakes, people think that I'm supposed to drive them around and find food for them. I'm not. I'm in the business of serving clients. You know, I want you guys to make sure that you have restroom breaks. But if you come into work hungry, that's not my job. Wake up early and eat oatmeal or whatever it is that you need to do to get yourself going. You know, believe it or not, this is some of the things that you will deal with. So you need to have this in writing. Everyone know that, fam, I use Yard Book. So this is one of the things or the services that my guys need to know. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't have lawn tech ones come into my orientation. I do the Zoom for them. Anybody's coming into my business now, we do a Zoom. We gonna watch this on Zoom. You're not gonna come in and not knowing what it is that we're gonna do on our business. So I'm telling you, COVID actually helped me develop this. So yeah, I give them how Yard Book works. I go over there and the details, some of the things that what you need to do, what the icons are all about. All right, so just scrolling through it so you can see it. Slow the video down. Maybe you can understand what it is that I'm saying in these. I don't want to make the video once again too long. I definitely have it to where they know what the notes are and job details are when they come and work for Quick Cutz. All right, and hey, like I said, it's a long detail thing. Now, this is the part they like. I go over the pay. Believe it or not, since I am a small business and they normally see the owner, up and personal, a lot of times they will call me and ask me, can they get a check early? I used to do it. I don't do it no more. I'm like, nah, I'm a business. Don't ask me for paychecks early. You want to get paid, you get paid the same cycle every time. Don't think because you work this week, you get paid next week. It's a week in a whole, just like any other business. So they need to understand that everything's a process. So now they know because it's in writing. No advance pay at any time. It goes on to when they can get paid. We get paid on a Monday. And y'all understand that if you pay them on Monday, they'll show up. If you pay them on Friday, they ain't showing up on Monday a lot of times. So that's the reason why I pay on Monday. It works for me. I have this thing called bonus pay. And basically I got this from Mike. And basically on my thing right now, I'm paying for performance in the sense of if you do the right thing, I'm going to give you a bonus check. This is some of the things. Please read through this for yourself, what it is that I'm doing. Just to make a long story short, basically, I am paying them on top of their check. So whatever they made in a month's time, I'm going to give them 5% if they don't have any demerits. If they have demerits, up to 80. So if they lose and get 20 demerits and have 80% left, they get 3% of their pay for that month. Now, as you can see, these are some of the things they can get demerits for. Now, what I try to explain to them, because they said, "Well, you don't want me to make any money. You just setting this up." I said, "No. If I didn't pay you one dime, 1 red cent extra, this is what I want you to do. This is how I want you to do it. What I'm doing now is giving you a bonus for doing your job." That's exactly what I'm doing. I wish I got a bonus for having a satisfactory at my job, which I do get. They don't give me no bonus. They like, that's what we pay you for. So fam, hopefully you understand that you definitely need an onboarding type of orientation anytime someone's coming in. Hopefully this helped you. And as always, cut on lawn care family. Cut on. I'm cutting out. Peace.